Hey everyone, it's Audrey McClellan from Permission to Hustle. Thank you so much for tuning on in today. So today we are talking how to organize your to-do list. All right, I'm going to say it real slow again. How to organize your to-do list. So let me ask you this question before I kick this video off. How many of you have to-do lists every single day, every single week that are just 20, 50, maybe 100 things deep? And I say that kind of jokingly, but I once had someone say to me, no, I have like 100 things on my to-do list. So I know people are out there that do. But let me ask you this. How many of you have to-do lists that are like so long, and then you look at it and it becomes almost like this chaotic list that stresses you out so much and is so overwhelming that you almost just have to go, all right, I'm done. I'm not touching it. That's it. All right? I'm asking this question because you're not alone. You are not alone at all. So I'm here to help today. We're talking about how to organize your to-do list. So you have a to-do list, but how do you organize it? How do you actually look at it and make sense of it, or quite honestly, make something productive and be proactive about it? So here are some strategies, and really all it comes down to is these kind of strategies, and I'm going to talk through them, and I really want you to listen in this video and take this to heart, because this is the thing. Everybody has a to-do list. It doesn't matter what you do in life, right? Everybody has things or tasks that need to get done in a day, and we all look at them and we all know about them, but it's the people that have the organized to-do lists that genuinely are the ones that are getting things done. Because there's no point having a to-do list if you're not going to actually do the things that are on your list, right? They're to-dos for a reason. So I'm going to teach you today how to actually brainstorm, brain dump it out, how to really look at that list and decide what needs to get done, and then what you can do to make sure every single thing on that list gets not only done, but done and put away so that you can look at tomorrow and take a deep breath and smile. All right? So here's what I do in the morning. This is the first thing. You're going to brain dump. You're going to brain dump every single thing out. And I'm going to be honest with you here. I have 5 kids. And I know that a lot of people have different thoughts and different philosophies about this, and I don't think there's a right or wrong answer. I mean, it really isn't. It comes down to personal preference. But my to-do list has everything on it, from my work to my home life. Everything is there. I have 5 kids with 5 different schedules, doctor's appointments, I mean, you name it, tutors. Everything is on that list with all my work stuff. And a lot of people throughout the years have said to me, oh, wow, like you really should have 2 different planners or 2 different things. No, that's what works for me. If that doesn't work for you, then that's great. Find a method or some sort of way that you can kind of marry the 2 together of your like work life and your home life. But for me, because maybe I do work from home, maybe because I am an entrepreneur, maybe because I'm so used to having everything on my list of things that my home life just easily seamlessly wraps into my work life. But I genuinely do. I wake up in the morning. I usually wake up around like 6 o'clock now. I sit down and I brain dump out everything that needs to get done. And there are days, actually my Monday through Friday, I have tasks that are the same. They're very like monotonous. I know that I need to tweet 5 times. I need to update my Facebook 5 times. I genuinely know that I have tasks that I just do daily because those are my daily tasks. Those are my daily to-dos. They are all on that list. And I put everything down on a piece of paper. I love a planner. I love writing. I love crossing out. I don't do well with a digital to-do or a digital planner. I use Asana with Vera for our Permission Hustle stuff because we just share a calendar. And I just think it's easier for us to have that as a digital playground to work together that way. But for everything else, I am a genuine, straight up, old school, love a good planner and a pen or a pencil and writing things down. So I wake up and I genuinely just do a brain dump. And I sit here and maybe it takes 5 minutes some days, maybe it takes 10, 15, 20, however long I need to do. I write everything down on that list that needs to get done. And you should be doing this every single morning. I don't care if you have 10 assistants. I actually remember I used to work for Donna Karen in New York City, Donna Karen herself. I was one of her assistants and I used to be on the earliest shift. And I would come in, and one of my tasks was in the morning, I would do all the messages. And Donna Karen herself used to call up at all hours. She used to leave maybe around like 7, 8 o'clock at night. And whatever time, I used to get in around like 8 or 9. And from the time she left to the time I got in the morning, she would sometimes leave messages that were just almost like a stream of consciousness, things that needed to get done. And I, as one of her assistants, would write everything down. And I probably learned that early on, that if you are a highly creative person, if you are a busy person, if you are someone that have a lot of responsibility, sometimes the best thing that you can do is just brain dump. And that's what she would do. And again, maybe I learned that from her, and I don't even know when I started doing it, but I've done it for years. So first thing, you brain dump. Get everything down on that piece of paper. Second thing, you have to look at that brain dump, and you have to make sense of it, right? It's kind of like, just all of this stuff thrown up on a bulletin board, and now you have to organize it. And every day you do it. And why every day is different is because your tasks and your to-dos change every day. But I look at my list and I say, okay, listen, what is a priority? What has a deadline? And that stuff needs to get done first. What could be pushed to tomorrow? What could be pushed to next week? And I just look at the list and I literally prioritize it. And I circle things, or I put red stars next to things, whatever method works for you. I am not here to tell you how to do it. I am here to tell you how to organize it. This is what works for me. This is how I have realized throughout the years that people get stuff, I almost swore, get stuff done. And it's the best way to do it. So, again, you brain dump it out and you prioritize that list. You feel what you know needs to get done, like fire engine, this needs to get done, this is red flag, to all the way, okay, so yeah, maybe I can move this to tomorrow, that's fine. Not, like the world is not going to come to an end, but get all of that, organize it out that way. The third thing, assign yourself tasks, okay? So now you already know what needs to get done, your brain dumps it out. You know the priority things, you know what needs to get done today, and then you assign yourself those tasks. Know also, too, your time frame. I know that in the morning when I drop my daughter off at school around 8 o'clock, I know that until she gets off that bus at around 3 o'clock, I have a full day from 8 to 3 p.m. And I will go through and I will assign myself my to-do list tasks, almost like a teacher assigning a student. You have your day at school where your teacher used to assign you tasks to do during your periods. That's what I do. I assign myself tasks. And I have found throughout the years that is the only way I really can and will hold myself accountable, is when I know that I have a hard stop and I know that I really genuinely need to get that stuff done in that amount of time. So we're talking again how to organize a to-do list. Brain dump it out. Know your priorities. Assign yourself tasks. Know your time frame. Know when you need to start. Know when you need to end. Any time beyond that, I always call it is bonus time. All right? And then you know what? You are in a way, in some way, your own special, my Audrey way, whatever your name is, your own way. You are, in your own way, organizing that to-do list. And again, whether you're doing it digitally, whether you're doing it just old school, writing it down on a piece of paper, it doesn't matter. I actually had someone say to me once, and this is a very successful person in Rhode Island, another woman, and I just love her to pieces, and she's kind of been a mentor throughout the years. But she used to tell me that she used to buy like just a regular notebook at like Staples or CVS, and every day she just kind of should date the top. So whatever date it was, she just write the date on the top and should just brain dump things out just on a regular notebook. You don't have to spend a ton of money to organize yourself, right? I think one of the most important things that we can do as business women and in any kind of hustle is to be organized. And if you have a to-do list that is not organized, then you are really good to nobody, right? Because the reason we have to-do lists are obviously to do the things, to do the tasks, to get what needs to get done on that list. And if you don't have a list of stuff that needs to get done, then I almost kind of feel like you're swimming without a map, right? You're driving without knowing where the heck you're going. You need to have that list. You need to have that roadmap to show you what needs to get done and where you need to go, right? And especially if you have people that work underneath you, you better have a to-do list. You better have tasks in place. So let me really quickly recap, because this is easy. I mean, organizing your to-do list is not brain surgery, right? But it is something that needs to get done. So you brain dump it out, you look at your list, you prioritize, you know what needs to get done, you give yourself tasks to do, and you know your time frame, where stuff needs to get done. And here's the best part. When you're done, when you've gotten everything done that needs to get done in that day, you get to wake up and do it all over again, right? But as long as you have your plan in place and how to get the stuff done, it will get done. So as always, guys, thanks for listening. Please make sure you drop us a comment. Let us know what kind of things you guys want to know about. You know, Vera and I have a lot of fun putting together videos and coming up with different topics to talk about, but we love it when people tell us, hey, listen, I'm really curious about this, or I'd love for you to kind of like dive deeper on this. We work well like that. Please head over to Facebook and join our Permission to Hustle Facebook group. We have over 4,000 people in the group, and we love it. It's a fully, highly engaged group where people come together and we just give each other advice, inspiration, and permission to hustle, because we are all hustlers out there. And other than that, guys, head over to our Instagram. Check us out. We just love helping people. It's our passion. But thanks for tuning in, and until next time.